Well, good morning, everybody. As you can clearly see, it's a wet day. Yep. So we're not going to be getting many views of the few there are. It'll just be a tough day of hiking. Yesterday was a butt kicker. I did manage 9. Yeah, definitely a tad bit out of shape, but what are you going to do? Do what you can and, keep plugging. So, as you can tell, I'm a little winded. I just got done with a climb. Not a great one, but enough so. So there you have it. If I do see anything along the way, obviously I'll show it to you, but I'm really not expecting much. All right, well, y'all have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. That'd be the mountain we came over just a little while ago. Went back down the gully to the beaver pond, and now we're back up at elevation. Pretty good little climb, but we did it, and we're moving on. Kind of makes you wonder what they were building here, whether it was a road, maybe a dam. Hard to say. But yeah, there's one big wall of stone. Moving on. Hello? Will somebody stop the rain and the wind? Please. I know it's the telephone or the wind, but does it have to be? Okay. Well, good morning, everybody. As you can see, it's a lot drier this morning. That rain ended up turning into sleet, then snow, back to rain. Did that a couple of times. I got about 6 miles and decided to call it one into the shelter. I was feeling like hypothermic. I really thought that I was beginning to go hypothermic. Not a good time. Hence the reason for very few videos or views. There weren't really any because of the rain. It's all white out. Maybe today, who knows? I'm pretty sure I saw that there were a few views. But yeah, rough night. Temperatures dropped down to almost freezing. Yeah, so it was an experience. That's what we're out here for, experiences. Probably not an everyday occurrence. But yeah. So let me give you a look-see. So this is where we came from. You can see the blazes all the way down the line. This is where we're heading. I guess I ought to bring that zoom back. So, trail seems to be mostly, hang on. The trails seem to be mostly ups and downs. I had to do quite a bit of rock scaling yesterday, which kind of shocked me. I didn't think I would run into too much of that, but you do it. And there's a lot of walking around and back up and coming back in a U-turn. So, yeah, just an interesting trail at this point. So I'm gonna get moving on. If I do see anything, I'll certainly show you. Have a good day. Well, there you go. I'll call that a view for the day. Why not? So, but even more so, take a look at this one. I'm not sure. I don't think that's a fire tower, but it's some kind of tower. Maybe communications. And here's our view for the day. Or I should say, the first of the day. As far as the eye can see. All right, let's do it one more time. This is 0.5 zoom. So pretty much what I see to some extent. All right, gotta get moving on. So this is from the top of Shenandoah Mountain. Yep. And there you have the flag right behind me. All right, now we're moving on. All right, so we're at the RPH hiker cabin shelter. Pretty cool little shelter. This is what I was shooting for yesterday. As the weather stopped me. I got 3 sets of bunk beds. Somebody sitting up in the ceiling, or went through the ceiling. A table and a few benches and such. Information. And picnic tables with a porch. A pump that doesn't work yet. Or as I was told by the caretaker, they don't use it anymore. They used to leave them on year round, but no more. And a place for tents and such. So there you have it. I'm getting myself a little snack and I gotta get moving on. From there, I got about 6 more to go. All right, y'all have a good day. Another view spot for the day. So, way off in the distance, it's the Catskill Range, Catskill, New York, Catskill Mountains. Can't tell you the number of times I've been past those mountains. What a view. It was sleeting and raining a little earlier, but let's zoom in a little more. But those squalls have since passed. No more due today, thank goodness. All right, we're gonna get moving on. All right, if I'm not mistaken, that's a throughway, almost dead center, Northway. Correct myself. The one mountain on the right we went over, and of course the mountain on the left is the Bear Mountain Range. Yeah, it's always cool to know where you've been. So let me check that just to be sure I'm saying it right. So I was incorrect in my assessment. The mountain on the right is High Point, and then moving off to the left, somewhere about center of the screen, is Shenandoah Mountain. That's the one we crossed over this morning. So, yeah, we've covered some territory. I know it looks like a long ways, but it really isn't. All right, I gotta get moving on.